The Pokemon Company have revealed the first cards for the Paradigm Trigger set. This is going to be the last Sword and Shield main set in Japan, and it's going to be part of our Silver Tempest set that is coming out later this year. And the big one that they have revealed is Lugia V-Star. They've also revealed Lugia V and a couple of other cards here as well. Let's hop over to the screen and talk about it. First off, this art right here from Arita, like the dark and the water splashing in the night with the rainbow glare going on in the back. This is absolutely incredible. Gorgeous card. This looks like full art card material on a standard Pokemon V. Absolutely stunning. Amazing work by Mitsuhiro Arita on that. The full art's fine. The full art's fine. I know Lugia is a fan favorite. The full art's fine, but let's talk about its moves here. Lugia V. It's a colorless Pokemon, 220 HP, weak to lightning. This is a bit of a problem because Lugia shares weakness with Palkia, and there are some flying Pikachus flying around here in the game, so that's definitely a concern. It's got the move for one colorless, Wind Reading, discard a card from your hand. If you do, draw 3 cards. If you're going second on your first turn, you got the Lugia in the active, you attach an energy, you discard a card, draw 3. If you've got nothing else going on, that's fine. Not ideal, but it's fine. Its other move, Arrow Dive, for 4 colorless energy, does 130 damage, and you can discard a Stadium card in play. This move is terrible. This move is terrible. We are not going to be using Arrow Drive at all. This one is really just the vessel to get to Lugia V-Star. And this card looks okay. It looks okay for a V-Star card. A little more of that rendered look. I personally prefer the hand-drawn look. But as far as the rendered cards look, this is fine. It's got 280 HP. Again, weak to lightning. The big thing here, it has the move for 4 colorless energy, Storm Dive, 220 damage, and you may discard a Stadium in play. And you're probably thinking, wait, 4 colorless energy, only 220 damage, and you discard a Stadium in play? That sounds terrible. And normally speaking, you would be right. Maybe you're thinking, oh, okay, I put 2 double turbos on here, and now I'm doing 180. That still sucks. But we've got the ability Assembly Star, your V-Star power. You may use this during your turn. Choose up to 2 colorless Pokemon from your discard pile, except Pokemon with a rule box, and put them onto your bench. And what this allows you to do is use the new Archeops, which has an insane ability, Primal Turbo. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 2 special energy cards and attach them to one of your Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. What this allows you to do is you get 2 Archeops on the board. This is a stage 2 Pokemon. Skip the fossil evolutions, just put 2 Archeops on the board, and now you can accelerate 4 energy of any special energy onto Lugia. I think the most obvious one is you take powerful colorless energy, you put 4 of those on there, and then all of a sudden you're hitting for 40, 60, 80, 300 damage, and you put a choice belt on there, you're hitting for 330, you do a Zigzagoon ping, you're one-hit KOing anything in the game. It's nuts. And you're probably not going to do that. You're going to probably want to spread your powerful energy across Lugias, but you can mix things up. You can use the upcoming guard energy, gift energy, lucky energy, and have all these mixes of energy that you use on this Lugia. You do a hit, you hit your opponent, they hit you, then you Sharon's Care, and then you put the other Lugia on the board and you accelerate with the other Archeops, and so on. So this becomes kind of a tanky deck with a lot of different attack options based on what types of special energy you load into your deck, which makes it a really interesting archetype, being able to play around with the different types of energy. Gazer Beam, thank you so much for the 25 bits. I hope you're doing well. Lugia box coming November 2022. I hear you on that. How you doing? And yeah, Gazer Beam, I've definitely seen your streams. I know you're like one of the bigger streamers here in the Pokemon Twitch scene. Love seeing you here. Welcome. We're just talking about the new cards. We got Unown V. And yeah, first time we get like sort of the unknown chase card. It has the move Confuse Seal. Oh, we should start. Psychic Energy, weak to dark. Confuse Seal for 1 psychic does 30 damage and your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. It's not great. And then Victory Symbol. This one's kind of a cheeky card. If you only have 1 prize card left when using this attack, you just win. You just straight up win. How you get the 3 energy on there on an unknown that doesn't really do much else. There's ways to finagle that in there. Double Turbo, Raihan, Melanie, so on and so forth. But you could just steal wins potentially with this card. I don't necessarily think this is going to be a big deal, but it's here. It's here. If you like unknown and you like flashy unknown cards, here you go. Gazer Beam, what do you think of the new cards? And for everybody in here, but based on what you're seeing so far, what do you think? Unown V-Star, 250 HP. This is low for a V-Star. However, it does have the move Try Power. You flip 3 coins, and this attack does 70 damage times the number of heads for only 1 psychic energy. I hate coin flip attacks, but it's only 1 energy, can hit for up to 210. But if you also use the Star Cipher V-Star power, until this Pokemon leaves play, it gains the ability where every Pokemon now has psychic weakness, and yours doesn't change. So all of a sudden, this coin flip is now doing 140 damage per heads. It's still not great. It's still not great, but you definitely can meme your way to a couple of wins here, which could be funny. And there you go. Gazer Beam with the strats right there. Archeops into the unknown. GG, easy. Here we go. The Archeops. The Archeops is going to be a big card going into the next set. I don't think we have to talk about the Arden at all. And then we have this really cheeky like budget deck idea with more Pico, which gets which attacks 60 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. But you have to have done the Dedenne move Dede Short before. Dede Shot, I think it is. And then Dedenne has the move Dede Shot for 60 damage, but you can only use this if Togedemaru is attacked first. So all of these moves, like the Pikachu and the Togedemaru, you have to start with the Togedemaru, and then you can attack with the Dedenne, and then you can attack with either more Pico or Pikachu. I love the story of the art. I love the Pikachu attack, which does 20 damage, and if the Dedenne used its move on the last turn, this now does 200 damage. It's a lot. I sorry, puberty. On the squeaking there. I don't think this archetype is gonna do anything. This feels way too wonky and situational to really have much of an impact, but it would be funny to get wins with maybe the cutest deck coming out of this set. And yeah, Gazer Beam wishes the Pikachu hit harder. If you get the Choice Belt on there, then it's 230. Like, it takes so much effort to unlock the Pikachu move to knock out a Pokemon V at best. So I don't think that any of this is worth it. I don't think any of this is worth it. The Elgium and the Beehium, I don't know how to pronounce any of these names. This one has, I was reading this one in advance. The Psy Arrow move is kind of interesting, where this attack does 60 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon, and you apply weakness and resistance even for benched Pokemon. This is kind of cool because a lot of the times cards have specific fine print where if you're hitting the bench, you don't get to hit for weakness. This one does. And 120 to a fighting Pokemon sniping, probably not going to make a difference, but maybe it matters. Sniping an Urshifu VMAX, who knows? Behemoth, there we go. Thank you. Behind, yeah, all of a sudden just Shalom. Anyway, and this Metacham here is kind of interesting too. Kind of has sort of Arcanine vibes, where it does 80 damage, and if your opponent has a VMAX in play, this does 90 more damage. Though the Open Chakra, this move, if you have exactly 4 cards, this Pokemon's attacks cost nothing. You can just do this move for free, hits 170 damage on a VMAX if you have exactly 4 cards in your hand. Are there ways of getting to exactly 4 cards? Yes. This still feels, I don't think this is as easy to pull off as the Arcanine, but this totally could go in a Zoroark box deck as just another tech. Gazer Beam says there was a Galvantula that applied weakness to the bench a while ago. It almost never happens. Yeah. It's probably too situational and not worth the effort. Couple more cards. This is what I found really interesting. I saw, wait, V-Star items? What? And this one here, the Grove Tablet, lets you attach a tool from one of your Pokemon. Okay, it's a tool. And the Pokemon V this card is attached to can use this V-Star power. So if you're running a deck that doesn't have a V-Star power, this allows you to use that V-Star for something. And in this case, during your turn, you may search your deck for any one card and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. You get to be half Arceus V-Star with this, which isn't necessarily the worst. If you have a V deck that doesn't have a V-Star power, sure, why not? Not bad at all. This could be absolutely disgusting in Mew. I mean, you're probably running choice belts and stuff, but do you have to be? I don't think you have to be in the active. Just slap this on a Genesect, go grab your card, and then smash. Jeez, that could be disgusting. Earth Tablet. This one for 3 colorless energy. Put damage counters on all of your opponent's Pokemon V until they each have 100 HP remaining. It is a very high energy cost, but that is insane spread damage if you're playing against a V heavy deck. Mew VMAX, oof, this would be brutal against them. You do have to use 3 energy, and oh, this is damage counters as well. Wow, you can't even Manaphy to stop that. That's nuts. I think people are going to play around with this one for sure. And then the Shaman's really cute, but it only has the moves Flower Lift for 1 colorless, shuffle up to 2 energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. Probably not worth it. And then Rear Kick for 30 damage. No. Not it. But there are some really interesting cards in the set of Lugia V-Star, and the Archeops are definitely going to have an impact. I don't know if it's a top tier deck or anything like that, but it is definitely going to throw its hat in the ring, and we'll see what happens here. I think this is a meme deck here. They're very cute though, and just the mere idea that they're going to be doing V-Star items is really interesting to me. I wonder, like, in light of us going into, I mean, this is probably going to be the last year for V-Star, right? With all of the EX stuff coming next year. So we're really only going to get 1 set of V-Star items here. It could be kind of cool to see if what else they would add to expand on that idea of giving V-Star items. But this is they're probably going to add a couple more here in this set, and then that's it. All right, so that is it for let's go back to the cards and let's look at this Lugia card one more time because it's gorgeous. Let me know in the chat or in the comments what you think of this upcoming set of cards. And oh, I hit the wrong button. And yeah, well, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll see you on the next one. Later.